Hello! Now we all enjoy going to the movies and we love all that heart-stopping action that puts our favourite characters in danger.
But as we know, there are many injuries that our favourite heroes and heroines can get over very quickly. Injuries that will put the average human out of commission.
So how would, could and should you deal with these iconic injuries in real life? Join us as we try Mending the Movies!
Guns are all over the movies.
In film, getting hit by a gun can have very different results. While it's outright fatal for some other characters, it's no worse than getting hit by a Nerf dart.
Obviously, in real life, no bullet wound can be shrugged off. And while you may not think you'll be caught in crossfire in Singapore, we still have to be prepared.
So if you find yourself in a John Wick-like encounter, what should you do?
If the wound is on a limb, arm or leg, this is where you need to utilize the SG Secure slogan. Press, tie and tell. Press directly on the wound. Tie above the wound to stop excessive bleeding. The tell is when you tell emergency responders about the injury and the time when you attended to the wound. It's very important information to give. Everyone's mother probably warned them not to play with knives.
And with good reason, these things are sharp.
Of course, blades are even more dangerous if someone is running at you with them, especially big swords and knives.
Just ask the many members of the Crazy 88 cut down by Uma Thurman's The Bride in Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill Volume 1. She dishes plenty of metal blade mayhem.
How could you help with a bad limb wound? If the wound is very bad, you need to use improvised first aid skills plus, specifically the windlass technique. This is an extra step after press and tie. With another strip of fabric, necktie or belt, tie at least 5 cm above the first tie. Place a rod, pen or wooden stick on the second tie and secure the rod. Turn the rod in one direction until the bleeding stops. Secure the rod by tying a knot.
Now, in the event of an explosion, you can expect glass to be everywhere and you just might find yourself with shards in your flesh.
Similar to Bruce Willis's John McClane in Die Hard. Remember, he had to run across the shattered glass to escape from terrorists, but he had no shoes?
Now, this means getting his poor feet pierced. In the movie, he yanks out these pieces.
But how should you actually handle a foreign object sticking out of your skin? While you can treat some aspects of the wound, you should get prompt medical help. Do not remove the impaled object. Doing so could cause the victim to bleed massively. Improvise daily items such as towels, socks or shirts. Roll into a bulky dressing and surround to stabilize the impaled object. This is to prevent any additional movement of the impaled object to prevent further damages underneath the tissues.
Now, with explosions, one can always expect burns, and knowing how to treat burns is always handy. Take a recent and extreme example. Thanos from Avengers, he tried to use the Infinity Gauntlet and was severely burned because of it.
While it's unlikely for you to encounter a cosmic level device, news headlines will tell you that fires are not uncommon. You'll never know when you need to step up to help. So, how do you handle a burn? Firstly, call 995 immediately. The victim's nerve endings will be damaged. The victim is losing fluids due to the burns and must get to a burns unit as soon as possible. If possible, run under a running tap water for at least 10 minutes or apply the affected area using burn gel and await for SCDF's arrival.
Now, there are some techniques everyone ought to know in case they encounter a cardiac arrest, very much like Daniel Craig's James Bond in Casino Royale. If you find yourself in that situation, every second counts.
Before we get to the tech, you need to know how to use cardiopulmonary resuscitation, aka CPR. The first thing you do is check for responsiveness. Hey, are you okay? He's not okay. If there's no response, call 995 and get an AED. Afterwards, check the airways for obstruction. Check the victim's breathing and airway. If there is no rise and fall of chest, commence CPR. Start CPR, 30 chest compressions in rounds of 5. Continue CPR until help arrives. There are many AEDs around. Just look for the signs and you will find one. An AED can help bring a cardiac arrest victim back to life.
Shock advised. Don't touch patient. Press flashing shock button. Shock delivered. Start CPR.
Continue the cycle until SCDF arrives or the patient shows signs of life. Anyone who witnesses a cardiac arrest is the best first responder. The SG Secure app will alert you of cardiac arrest cases near you.
You may not be able to fix these movie characters, but these techniques can certainly help you save a life, like mine.
You're welcome, Samjo.
Well, gotta give credit where credit's due. Roll it!